What up, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing variations of your basic exercises, and this isn't one of them. Let's get into it. All right guys, for the saying, don't knock it before you try it. Today I'm gonna try some of your basic exercise with a little variation spin to it. So first up, we have our regular barbell press. Now I got a 15-degree incline, but here's the issue with your barbell press. The range of motion is great, but eventually at a point, the bar basically gets stuck on your chest. There's not much further you can go. And as much as this is a great exercise, getting a deeper stretch is gonna be overall better for muscle recruitment and muscle stimulus and muscle growth. So big up to Dr. Mike. I don't know if he created this or not, but the first person I saw do it was using a camber bar. A camber bar has an arch in it, and doing this exercise will allow you to get a better range of motion, especially in the lengthened or stretched part of the lift. See the difference we get? All the way to the bottom, still loaded, and an absolutely amazing stretch because the curvature of the bar allows us to get deep into the stretch. We're gonna get the most amount of muscle recruitment, and then all the way through. Using a camber bar, if you have one, be very beneficial to getting a better stretch in the bottom position for overall muscle growth. Push-up is a great exercise, and no matter what kind of variation you do, the floor is always going to get in the way. So simply adding deficit push-ups will make this basic exercise that much more optimal, giving you that much better of a stretch in the bottom part of the lift, giving you more emphasis on muscle growth right where you need it. So adding deficit push-ups to your basic push-up will be that much more beneficial to you growing your chest, especially for beginners. Now, you're wondering how much can we vary from this super basic exercise? It's very good, very effective, and there's really no need to change this. But for the most part, the problem most people have is when they pull this, they're usually like making the wrist do this, or it's like too much of doing this. And simply coaching, I'd spent a lot of time on keeping a straight wrist. I saw some kid doing this, and then I saw Mike Van Wyck try it, and he actually knocked it before he tried it. And then when he tried it, he loved it. So I was like, let me try it. Simply adding the daggone V handle to the cables to do lateral raises sounds absolutely ridiculous. And it looks like it actually might hurt, but I was completely surprised at how effective this actually was. Taking your most basic exercise, your cable lateral raise, adding the back handle that I tell everyone not to use because it's bad for your range of motion, is actually great here. One man's garbage is another man's treasure, or one arm's garbage is another exercise treasure. Either way, using this actually is like training wheels for the wrist. So it keeps your wrist in alignment. So when you pull, everything stays straight. And you're wondering, how does this work? Well, here's how it goes. I'm holding this, and this is allowing me to put pressure from my wrist onto the handle up here. And then it's letting me keep my arms straight, much like training wheels. And when I pull, everything stays in alignment. And I actually am getting a better muscle-mind connection with my shoulder. So if you ever see somebody doing this, just don't knock it before you try it. Just try it and get a sweet pump. You're probably wondering what I'm doing with the rope next to the cable Lat Pulldowns. Am I being that annoying person doing triceps here? No, I'm actually doing lats. Shout out to Eugene Teo, saw this in one of his videos. And I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? Doing pull downs with the damn rope? How is that gonna be beneficial? Well, fairly simple. Couple things. One, we got a sweet grip, right? We got some leverage here in the handles. So if you're using your straps or just your hands, we have leverage from here to pull. Two, the range of motion. Like, check this out. All the way down to the side, all the way up, and pull all the way down. There's no bar getting in the way. There's no fancy piece of equipment you gotta spend a lot of money on. Simply like the most basic exercise with the most basic accessory, making this exercise that much more beneficial. Nice long stretch, and then full range of motion where you can vary your grip. I can go neutral, I can go supinated by just curling my hands in and then pulling, supinated. I even go pronated and just pull my hands this way and pull down here. whatever grip you decide, the rope will allow you to do it. So don't knock it before you try it. Give us a try. Let me know how it goes. So I don't really know if I created this or maybe somebody else did. I feel like I did. And if no one else did, no one's claiming it, I'm patenting it as the SHREVE pullovers. Regardless, this might take a little bit of a setup. No big deal. All I need is a bench. If it declines, great, get a decline bench. If it doesn't, grab yourself, look at that, a big plate. Take it like this. Stick it under the bench. Grab your V-bar. Attach away here. Make sure the cable stays low. And then if you have a friend with you, have them pass it to you. And if you don't, you're gonna have to kind of walk it over like this. Hook your legs at the end of the bench. Put yourself down. And then let this thing just pull you all the way back. And then just like an upside down straight arm pull down, all the way up and back slow, and let it pull you and stretch and pull. I promise you, this is one of my favorite back exercises to do, especially for like a finisher. I promise you, they're not gonna get mad at you either. We'll probably be like, that's cool, I wanna do it too. And then you tell them, join the party and get a sweet big back by doing the SHREVE pullovers. Hey guys, before we continue with this video, I gotta make sure you guys are hydrated. You hydrated yet? Probably not. Check it out, I got an answer for you. Guys, use my code JONNI10 for 10% off amino fast. Like what's amino fast? Guys, amino fast is gonna increase your overall performance, reduce muscle soreness, improve your hydration, and it's gonna prevent muscle cramps. And guess what? All our flavors taste amazing. So guys, again, use my code JONNI10 for 10% off your next order of amino fast right now. Okay, back to the show. Now we have our traditional overhead extensions with the cable. It's a great exercise. Great for long head activation with triceps. You know, absolutely amazing stretch. Really good exercise. And there's not much more you can do about this but to try a variation. Another thing, I don't know who I saw do this. Either way, I was like, let me give this a try. So basically, we lower this bad boy down. We get a bench, get on your knees, get to your bench, basically just put your arms on the bench, sit down to stretch. You get this redonkulous stretch, and then apparently, basically, this bench, keeping your arms in a great position where it's stabilized, all you have to do is basically keep your elbows in from flaring out, and then, oh, you get a ridiculous stretch. Those of you guys trying to get a better stretch in within this exercise, this is the way to do it. Now, for the most part, lying hamstring curls are pretty basic, pretty simple. And depending on the lying hamstring machine you have is going to determine how much of a stretch you're gonna get. So some of you guys might be SOL on having a machine like that. Well, I just happen to be on a machine that actually has it as well too. Even having a nice angle here to put more emphasis on the stretch is still not necessarily enough. Super simple. If you have anything that can help elevate your thighs or your hips, place them right here on the thigh part. Stack them as you please for the stretch that you want. And then you get on this bad boy like this, and as soon as I sit down, there's already a crazy amount of stretch on my hamstrings before even starting. So when I do this exercise, this basic pull and all the way down, before we even start, the machine's not bottoming out. What does that mean? A lot more stretch at the lengthened part of the lift, more muscle recruitment equals big ass hamstrings. So just stack something under your thighs, full range of motion all the way up, ride all the way down, and let it stretch, and watch them grow. All right, so taking your actual basic lunge, you guys see me do them 1,000 times before, and I'm going to love front foot elevated reverse lunge. Now, this is an exercise that you gotta learn to grow to love, to hate to love, regardless. If you're feeling kind of spicy, pick your poison. You can elevate as much as you want to get a good activation and a deeper stretch in the hole. I'm using a simple plate, and this is enough to get deeper than your regular lunge from the floor. If you're feeling super spicy, guess what? I'm gonna grab and even higher to get myself that much deeper. Adding my glutes that much more, getting a lot more knee flexion, and simply, just an overall great exercise to help grow your stubborn glutes and your quads. There's so many ways we can do curls. Cable curls, dumbbell curls, cable curls supinated, cable curls hammer, cable curls hammer. But I've learned to start really loving the Beijing curl. And I don't know why it's called the Beijing curl, because I'm Beijing. And if your background's from Barbados, you're Beijing. Taking this easy exercise, put it to hip height, walking out, let it stretch, shoulders up and back, away from your ears, pressing your shoulders, and then just curling, letting it stretch and curl. And it's such a basic exercise, but what makes it super basic and super effective is that literally it's just all angle. I'm just on a little bit of a lean, shoulders up, I'm letting the weight pull me back into position, and all I gotta do is just bend at the elbow. And that's it. And I get this crazy stretch. And stimulus right where I need it. And it takes something super simple and makes it super effective. So give these a try. All right guys, that's it. Taking some basic exercises, putting a little bit of variation, a little swing to it, spicing it up with some basic spices. It's almost like literally taking a basic steak and throwing just pepper and salt in it. And that's all we're doing. So give these a try. Let me know how it goes in the comment section below. So next time, you know what it is. Iron sharpens iron. Progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep gym chasing. Peace.